I'm going to talk today about TMJ groups on Facebook and Reddit and other places, and explain a bit of my history and why I disappeared for 5 years and then came back, and some of my logic behind that. I used to post a lot in Facebook groups when I first came upon this stuff in 14, and I was part of the director group where I was a very active contributor in 15 and 16, maybe even into 17. And I was on the TMJ discussion group. That was what it was called back then. That was the biggest group at the time. I think it was over 50,000 people. It had a mix of patients, but also dentists, and some well-known dentists were on there. And in 17, I started my own group, small group, called Exchanging TMJ Progress, which I still have today. But the idea at the beginning was to take kind of what I considered the best minds around DIYing around this stuff, put them on the same group and exchange progress in a very open way. And that group got up to a few hundred people, and I was going to write a book back then, and someone shared some of my personal photos and posts from the group more publicly, and I ended up just kicking, I think, 99% of people out. Today it's about 10 people, and it's been like that for some years. My approach, my Facebook groups, like different people approach it different ways. So there were dentists on there that would talk about their latest cases and try to educate. There were patients. The vast majority of the stories are patients, complaining about their symptoms and how they feel like they got screwed by the latest dentist. And then there were a few people like Marcello who really had fresh insights and understood dentistry, but were a patient. That was back in like 17, 18. And then I would also post mainly on this director group, just sharing my learnings in a very open way. I wasn't very technical with the dentistry because it just never really interested me. And I didn't really think that it was key to understanding because I thought the dentist had it wrong. And I took a very logical approach. And sometimes I would be a bit aggressive because it's kind of who I am. And other people would sometimes react aggressively to me. And I think the other thing that characterized me was I was always ready for a fight, right? Like if somebody's going to be aggressive and say something a bit nasty, like I can sink to their level very quickly and get nasty too. And so people will learn generally that like, if they're going to get nasty, like I'm going to pull the guns out. I'm going to make sure I win and make you look stupid. And that's who I am. I don't apologize for that. So I disappeared from almost all the groups from 19 to 2024, earlier this year. Why did I do that? Because I realized in 19 or even late 18 that I hadn't figured it out. I was going in circles myself. I had no right to be posting on these public groups and giving advice to others if I hadn't figured it out. And I going against the thing that I even said not to do. And also, I just realized like I was wasting my time. Right? Like, what the hell am I spending time writing to when I'm figuring it out? So I disappeared. Like, I just stopped participating in all those big groups. And it wasn't till earlier this year that I came back. And the reason I came back is I decided I'd remembered the right path in 2021, late 2021. And I was just making steady progress in 22, 23. And by 24, I had come up with this kind of plan that I was going to start a small business to help people because things hadn't really progressed, in the previous 5 years, and people were confused, and it was hurting their lives. And I felt like my story and what I'd learned could be very valuable. So I started Revive, and I started appearing back in public a little bit in certain groups. Although I'm more on Reddit than I am on Facebook now. The story I want to bring out is I'm a person that took a very logical approach, spent 10 years. A lot of time, a lot of resources into thinking about this. And I took a very scientific method approach. I took what the dentist told me and I tested it, and I, would track my progress in various dimensions, and then I would do DIY. And when I figured it out, what the principles that I'm pretty sure are the truth, like it was something that I didn't really see anyone else saying. That's why I want to get this story behind Revive out, because I really think it can help a lot of people. And sometimes when I'm writing, some casual kind of TMJ folks that just had their first dental visit with a TMJ dentist and got their splint, and they see my post and they say, "Oh no, like you cannot wear an off-the-shelf rubber guard because," and then they spout a bunch of shit out that their dentist told them. And for me, when I see this, I understand them. But for me, it's like I'm Michael fucking Jordan, and they're the kid that just stepped on the court and they're like 10 years old at halftime. I've been through so much shit. Not only that I've been through, like, I understand so much shit that it's going to take them years and they're still probably not going to figure it out. All these people I see in these groups are just going in circles and circles and circles. And they think that they're making progress, and actually they're probably not. When I say that the solution is relatively simple. You can get better. Everyone, in my view, can get better. And so I haven't seen a single exception. And I have access to a lot of people in my group, and my test group's got a decent amount of data points now. So the solution is relatively simple. Add vertical, unlock your occlusion. You can do that with a rubber mouth guard. They can buy on Amazon for $17. And a lot of people that are spending a lot of money and have gone in circles for some years, like, they don't like hearing that. And they think that I'm naive. But they don't understand that I'm like 10 levels deeper than them in understanding this shit. Right? There's shit that I understand and I've tested on myself and tracked it in a scientific way that they wouldn't even think of. And I'm very confident that I'm right. Like, and the people that are in my group and are making progress, like, they're all going to be testaments to that. But my message to the folks that disagree, and I'm not the most politically correct person, but like, when I see these people disagreeing with me on these threads sometimes, right, and there's not that many, but there's some, like, do they think to themselves what they're trying to achieve, right? Are they really thinking that they're protecting someone? Because wearing a rubber guard, costs $17 on Amazon to get a shock doctor that'll work. And there's absolutely nothing bad that could happen. If they stick with it, the person gets better. So this person is just protecting their own ego. That's the only thing that they're protecting. Putting these messages and trying to get other people that are trying to figure this stuff out to not try this very simple solution that I'm not trying to earn a dime on, right? I'm just telling people, hey, buy a shock doctor for $17, wear it to sleep. Your symptoms will get better. Like, I guarantee it. Those folks should just think about, all right, maybe it's just better to keep your mouth shut. Maybe this guy knows something that you don't. And maybe those people who are going in circles, emptying their bank accounts, can benefit. That's the only thing I want to leave.